Hey students, kickboxers, yay, and family, friends, and those that don't know me that's just joining in on this video. This is not going to be a beginner kickboxing video. This is already for students that have been training and learning the basic moves of their upper body strikes, jabs, cross, hooks, uppercuts, and a few blocks and front thrust kicks, side thrust kicks. For this video today, if this is something that you'd love to take part in, please do. But know that your training is not going to have a lot of direction. We're just going to be reviewing and doing what we've been doing as a workout. So join in, follow along the best you can, and look into my other videos or my other teachings, private and also group, for learning the proper form for boxing for excellent conditioning training. Okay, so ropes. If you have a rope, you're going to want a rope. Weights, 1 or 2 weights, size 1 or 2 pound weights. If you have it, can of beans. For those that don't have access to equipment right now, you can just use your arm weight and really concentrate more on articulation. And if you're working with shortness of breath and conditioning, you shouldn't use a weight anyway. So we're going to do some things with weights and some without weights. Okay, so if you would like to put some music on now, put some music on for the background. I am not going to choose to use music, so you might hear the fun part of my heating system happening or the cars driving by, but I'm going to choose to do this with just a little bit more of a Zen focus here and not music, and you can turn your music on to suit your mood for this groove. Great. All right, let's get started. Have also a glass of water nearby so that you can have that ready for yourself. All right. So let's get warmed up. We're going to do some knee lifts, kicking chambers. So this is a kicking chamber, knee lift. It could be a strike. Definitely could be a strike. It's also a block. So it's a block, it's a knee strike, and it's also the chamber that we use for our kicking. And it's a great way to warm up and get ready to do boxing. So we're gonna think a little bit more about the standing leg than we are about the lifting leg. So let's get into that muscle system a little bit more by pressing down intentionally. So intentionally really push down into that standing leg and feel those muscles get engaged. And start to observe the breathing. I'm loose up here in my guard, just holding my elbows up about chest height in the chest region to keep the torso lifted, chest lifted, spine lengthened, trying to stay in neutral spine here as opposed to rounding and coming forward and meeting the knees this way. I'm lengthening in the spine, working my core. Sit bones to the floor. Good, 3 more sets. Excellent. Heels are going to come off the ground and you're going to tap the heels into the ground. So you hear your voice box like a little kid. Tap, 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 tap. This is going to release the shoulders in a very organic way that you can't quite do any other way. Then you can start to lift. We're going to be breathing through this workout, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through pursed lips, like Pilates, standing Pilates. Inhaling through the third eye, fill and expand the lungs, and exhale. So you can start the exhale from the lower Mula Bandha, bring that into Uddiyana Bandha and send that out. Bandhas are the great locks in yoga to help control, hold, and release of energy. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do some step outs a little bit here. So come on, mirror me. I'm going to step just out to the side like this. Good, and as you do, I want you to keep your feet parallel to each other. So it's just step, squat straight down. You're going to feel the engagement 50-50 in the legs. Push through the heels, balls of the feet, spine stays neutral. Good, now let's add the arms. So we're going to inhale up, exhale. And bring it down and to the other side. Bring it up and exhale. And bring it down and stay there. Come up onto the toes. Exhale, bring it down to the heel squat. Inhale, bring it up slow. Loosening up the shoulders. Working through the knee joint. Working the stretch in the ankle. Come up onto those toes if you can, or stay rooted. One more. Good. Bring it up. Nice. And bring that in to the hips and toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Good. Leg bounce. Let that go. And let's bring in some jacks. So traditional jacks, lower body just a little bit wider than the hips. Bring it back in. So that's a stance. Land on the balls of the feet, drop through the legs, pull in the core, keep the spine neutral, almost touch down with the heels and then come back. This can be modified. You can just take them small. You can stay here and not lift. So if you're not doing the bounce, you're dropping down. So you're still pushing down. Feel the earth, feel the resistance, pause, hold that. Squeeze the glutes. Glute hamstring connection, pull in the core, zip that up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. If you're doing the jacks from here, you're going to drop down. Inhale that up, exhale that down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Stay there or follow me. I'm going to do 10 more. And bring that down. A couple more knee lifts. Good. Heel taps. And now we're going to do some glute kicks. So keep the knee under the hip joint. Foot stays flexed. Dorsiflexion. Good. And heel taps again. All right, let's open the hips a little bit more. So as we do those knee lifts, I want you to remember you're going to drop down, root, bring this heel now across this knee across this hip. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're going to alternate. Two and one. Good. Toes, heels, and bring that in. And a left bounce. Good. And now let's do some more jacks. And this time we're going to change it up a little. We're going to add on. So inhale up, exhale here, palms together, alternating. Again, you can do this from a standing position. And more sets. Lengthen through those elbows. Nice long arms. Reach long. Stretch those obliques. 2 more sets. And bring it down. Bring that up and copy here. Okay, we're gonna really root through the earth, stretching the whole sideline. Inhale, press, lengthen, breathe. One more. And bring that back. Hands behind your back. Inhaling. Fill the chest with breath. Draw the elbows together. Exhale, pull in your core. Lengthen in the neck. Lengthen in the arms. Shoulders from the ears, ears from the shoulders. And a slight bounce. Just a little pulsing there. 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it in. Inhale, exhale, and head out. So we're gonna alternate with arms. Good. Now we're gonna take the hands together. Open up the heart on an inhale. Good. Bring that in, soften in the knees, pull in the core, bring it back. That's a standing one. Get into a light jog, heels to those glutes, and bring it in. Inhale, exhale. Staying in the standing one or joining me. Inhale. And a light bounce. All right, stepping off to the side, just copying here. We're gonna step, lunge, bring that up into the guard. Step wide, bend just the side that you're moving into's knee, bring that in. Step, shoulders ride the hips. A little different of a stretch. Drop, drop, reach, drop. Drop, reach, drop. And step to the other side, bring that in. One more. Good, and bring that in. All right, some heel kicks again. Right leg is back. But let's just take the feet hip distance apart first, and then just step back just 1 shoe distance. And just to warm up the leg, we're gonna inhale it back. Exhale, just let it swing really loose. Just swinging in the hips. Again, trying to keep the hips neutral and just letting that motion happen naturally, coming back to where you feel the glute hamstring connect. It's like a break. Opposite side, feet hip distance apart, step back 1 foot. And bring that in. A couple more heel kicks. All right. Whew. And a nice light bounce. Some other jacks that we can do. Let's do some cactus arm jacks. So we're going to take the hips apart, arms are up, bend at the elbows, just stack your fist over the elbow. As you bring this in, you're going to bring in your arms, but stop just at the width of your elbows and energetically Just draw those elbows towards each other as opposed to collapsing the shoulder work by folding that in. Keep that stacked. Bring it in. Have this be your intention to draw the chest back into the back of the body, holding down the shoulder blades in place so we work the upper abdominals and bring that all in. Up, stack, draw it in. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Again, you can stay with your feet wide and doing standing, stationary, not lifting. 10 more. Yay. And reach it up in a slight back bend. Open up the heart. Exhale. Swan dive down to Uttanasana, forward fold. Couple of breaths here. Exhaling your heart to your thighs. You can wrap your arms around your legs, reach for your toes. Hands just above your knees, press. Lengthen through your spine. Draw your shoulders to your hips and lengthen long. Inhale, and then exhale, fold. Core gets engaged, then the fold starts. Inhale, you're going to press through your legs, slight knee bend, elbows to your side. When they get there, start to reach back, push deeply into your strength of your legs. Core gets engaged as the hip comes forward. Inhale that up, open the arms, swan dive down. Exhale, finish the exhale. Inhale, spinal extension, exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan that up. Nice. Okay, let's bring that into our boxing ready stance. So your feet are going to be hip distance apart. Mirror here. You're going to step forward with one foot. We want to keep that nice separation. Boxers need a little wider stance. And your shoulders are going to ride your hips. Arms relaxed, shoulders over the hips. Bring the arms up into the guard. Good. While we're holding this, we're going to do some chamber lifts and try to balance and be strong in this standing leg. One more. Good. Chamber. One. Chamber. Kick. Front thrust kick. Chamber. Chamber kick. Return. Chamber. Chamber kick. Return. And alternating. Push through that heel. Hips stay neutral. They're not rocking. Stay neutral. Stay strong in the standing leg. Stability here for this mobility. Good, and bring it in. Opposite side. Feet are hip distance apart. Step forward just with one sneaker. Slight internal rotation. Rear leg mirrors the front leg. In the ready stance. Good. Arms are up. Bring in the guard. So root strong through these hips, trying to keep them neutral. Trying not to come up straight into this leg. You're right now rooted in a strong leg. Use your core to pull that in. We need that breath for our balance. All 4 points of the foot is rooted, really working the abduction. Both are engaged to keep the hips stabilized. Can alternate. Chamber lift, chamber kick, return. Chamber lift, chamber kick, return, chamber, return. And bring it down. Nice, some heel kicks. How you doing? I miss all my people in front of me. Doing these videos is so different than having all your beautiful energy in here. I'm just imagining all of your energy kicking and punching in, getting ready. Okay, let's bring that on a little bit. So we're gonna go into a little bit of cardio intervals, but for right now, let's get into the upper body movement a little bit more. So we can't get into our paddles right now because we are not with each other. So let's take the feet wide into a 50-50 Jigo Tadachi stance and lengthening the spine, just sliding down that pole, staying rooted, shoulders are loose, arms are up, bend at the elbows, make a fist, knuckles over knuckles, and we'll do speed bag. Bring that down and breathe. Imagine the paddle, start to bring that into the paddle, about chin height, the fists, and it's small, there's not big movements, it's very small, shoulders are relaxed. Try to get a little bit lower. Good, and we're gonna do 3, 2, and then slowly bring it up and then bring it down. 3, 2, and 1. Push through those heels, feel the back of the legs be engaged. Squeezing those glutes towards each other, pulling in your core towards your sacral area. Good. Twist the rib cage. This back hip stayed neutral. Get into the twist, pull in your core. Chin follows the sternum. Fists are in line with the sternum. Center line. And bring that up. Not done yet. Don't put down those arms. Twist the rib cage. Opposite way. And bring it in. Good, and because we can, we're gonna go backwards. Come on, get low, work it. Lengthen through that lumbar. Pull in the core towards the lumbar. Shoulder blades down into the hips. Pull the chest back to help hold them down. 3, 2, and 1, and bring it up. Come up onto those toes. Stretch. Exhale. Bring it down, hands above, just above the knees, drop them one shoulder at a time. One more on each side. Good, and take it wide. Take your hands behind your back, draw back, exhale, lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the spine, pull in your core, hinge. Chest parallel to the floor, spine parallel to the floor, lengthening. And exhale, hinge all the way. Inhale, soften in those knees. Exhale, pull in the core, knees go back. Lower your arms one at a time to the earth. Drop down, exhale, drop the hips, lift the heart. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, drop. Good. Hands above your hips, slowly coming up. Turn. Follow me. Exhale into a lunge. Inhale that up. Exhale, the hands down. Drop down. Modified push-ups. Bending at the elbows. Body will follow. Just bend the elbow joint. Keeping the spine lengthened. 3, 2, 1. Good. Walk it to the center. Come to the other side. Palms down, lengthen. Two and one. Bring it back to the center. Hold the elbows, let the head go. Take your hands and turn your fingertips to the behind you, back wall. Walk your palms, press into the palms. Find a balance point with your feet and your palms and drop your hips. Exhale, lengthen. Walk that forward. Place your palms down under the chest line. Spread your fingers, bend your knees, walk your heels in, and then lengthen to your fingertips if you need to. Inhale, bring that up. Exhale, and down. Inhale, and exhale. Nice stretching. And bring it in. And a light bounce. All right, some heel kicks. How you doing? All right, let's grab our jump ropes. So for our jump ropes, if you don't have a jump rope, for our jump roping, if you don't have a jump rope, you're going to do air roping. So making sure that you're going to stay long in the spine, you're going to lengthen, try not to round in the back, neutral hips, soft landing. So you're going to just try to make that landing soft. As you come up, you're going to extend full extension, really stretching to plantar flexion, land on the balls of the feet, slowly come down, almost touch the ground with your heels, and then come back up again. Nice and relaxed. The upper body stays really relaxed. Elbow stays under the shoulder joint as a weight to weigh down the shoulders, lengthening in the cervical spine so your lumbar doesn't get involved. And then add the breathing. So the breathing is going to be super soft and relaxed. Elbows ride underneath your shoulders. Your hands are as wide as they need to be for you to walk through a door. That's all you need. And then they come up, they stay about belly button height, and you're going to just move the wrist. Right. And then all you have to do is change how you land if you want to change it up a little bit. Getting any, I do that usually without holding the handle so that you don't pull on that. Just kind of getting any of the kinks out. Your jump ropes, you know how to use them. There's a little thumb bed here, start behind the ankles. And it's a little short of a rope for me. This is what I got, I'm gonna try it. And begin. It's a beautiful day here in the valley. The light right now outside of my studio is on the river. It's absolutely fabulous. I'm taking deep breaths in my third eye, relaxing my face, trying to relax the body. If I want to do a few steps, I can change to a stepping rope session. Split stance. Again, I'm just changing how I land. Ski. Another 10 seconds. Let's just speed that up a little. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Why don't you get yourself a sip of water? Whew. Nothing like it. Boxing is just the best conditioning. You have everything from agility, flexible strength. It works the mind, all martial arts, 99% mind. So you're working so much of your awareness of around your body. You have everything going on. You're breathing, you get some deep, deep diaphragmatic breathing, and you're also having to work this super calm system because you go from calm to fast, and it's just, you have to know how to bring that in and turn it on and turn it off. All right, so we're gonna get into our ready stance. Again, our feet our feet are as wide as our hips. Stepping forward, one foot, mirroring me. Slight internal rotation, just a little one, mirroring the front leg to the back leg. With the back leg, arms are by the side. Just swing that for a moment so you can just feel the root and the looseness in the shoulders, that you're not moving the rest of the body as you move through the shoulders. So the body's rooted. Bring the arms up, right in line with the shoulders, and hold it there. Try to draw those elbows towards the earth. Get into that rotation of the shoulders. Instead of winging it out here, we want them down. Slight elbow bend. Little micro elbow bend. You don't want to use the weights at all with an extension, full extension in the elbow joint. You can hurt yourself over time. So you want to keep this shoulder is rooted into the hip. Hold that shoulder blade down. Pull the chest back and the core muscles to hold it there. And then we're going to keep all that in alignment. All right, right foot forward. Jabs from our leading leg. We're gonna drop down, just feel the root a few times. Feel up and drop and root. Feel your energy in your body weight and gravity press you into the earth, slight knee bend just to feel that engagement. You don't have to go super low. That's just a drop until you root. Good. Now we're going to align our elbow and the fist with our target, which is our chin. Align. So you might want to bring the rib cage just a little bit with you, but the hips stay where they are. Drop and drive. Align. Drop and drive. Align. Drop, root, drive, return, return. This is going to stay in the guard. Elbows stay up. Keep checking with the muscles in the back of the body. Pull those traps back. If you start to get where you feel like your legs are passive, go back, feel that root. One more. Good, we're gonna step, jab, step, one, step, drop, two, step back, align, drop, drive, one, step, align, drop, drive, two. And now to the right. Two. Go to the right, your right foot steps to the first. Going to the left, my left step is gonna step first. To each direction. Good, put your weights down to your side. Make sure they're out of your way. Come back into your center point. Recenter the body. Now we did articulation, we did a little resistance. Bring that up, align it. This can be a little bit quicker our speed, for our strikes are really in the return. It's not out here. We're not going to surrender the work that we're doing with the rooting to bring in our potential power. We want to keep that rooted and just let this be loose and let that go and come back. So setting up our jabs, feet hip distance apart, internally rotate, mirror, arms up, shoulder blades down, pull in your core, neutral hips. Shoulders are rooted. Jabs. Step. Just for fun. Okay, let's do the other side now. Grab your weights. All right, here we go. Feet are hip distance apart, opposite foot forward. Slight internal rotation, mirror the back leg. Get into the root, feel that you can move, so you're gonna be able to slip, press more into this back toe or this front toe. You're gonna slip either way that you need to slip, but right now we're doing jabs, more stationary work until the stepping. Here we go, arms are up, root. Pull it all back and down. Keep this aligned. Elbow in line with the shoulder or the chest line. Fist is gonna be over your elbows. You're gonna align, drop, drive, bring it back. Keeping that elbow in line with the target. We don't want to wing out the elbow. Two more. Step. As soon as you step, you come right back into that boxing stance. Keep those elbows up. If you have to put down your weights, but keep your elbows up. To the left. Put those down. Here we go. Arms are up, shoulders rooted, body's loose, elbows are towards the earth. So this doesn't collapse when it comes back. It stays up. Keep it there. This is on the shelf. Working shoulders, chest, back of the body, core. Contact and alignment is with your chin, with the fist. Right? Okay, grab your jump ropes. Here we go. You need a sip of water, grab a sip of water. And begin. Begin, breathe again. It's all good. Whew. Coming back into your groove, your breathing. Just like life, when the pace starts to tip you over, just breathe and assess whether it's taking you or you are in control of your breath and your calm, your zen of your practice. Caught it on his ski. And 10 seconds of a little faster. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Nothing like it. Gotta love boxing. Jump roping, amazing for conditioning, weight management, quick feet. Yeah, definitely get into the agility of the whole body. Just great response. Helps you be able to play pickleball really well too. So all you pickleballers, if you're watching, yay. I'm telling you, there's nothing like conditioning your pickleball game with boxing training. All right, so let's grab those weights again and get into some crosses. Our second, it's a rear leg jab or cross because your energy crosses the frontal plane. And that's just enough to make it confusing. So you're going to take your feet hip distance apart. You want to make sure you have a good width for this one because you want to be able to drive this strike with the rear hip. And if you don't have enough space in your stance, then you can't really bring all your energy in with that. So feet are wider than the hips, step forward slightly, not even one sneaker distance in front of you. Bring up the arms and root. Rear leg is going to, this is just what the rear leg is doing. You're going to internally rotate the hip joint, the knee, and the toes to face your target, which is going to be, say, chest, chin, right here. So you're going to align the hip from here to my chin, wait. Align that. And if you're going to move your hip, you move your knee. So the knee is going to come, and if you move your knee, you better take up your heel. So right now, if you can't see my heel, it is up in the back. I'm not going to put that down until I return it. So ready stance, internally rotate, align. So now I'm taking my shoulder and my elbow, my fist as well, adding the upper body. That's the alignment. Once I align, I'm dropping and driving, and then I bring it back. Align, drop, drive. Don't let this collapse. If I was to body test you and your arms were here, you'd go right back. If your arms were here and you were rooted, you wouldn't go anywhere. Inhale the return, exhale on the strike. At the end, there would be a slight contraction of everything, squeezing of the weight, softly bring it back. Ready? Good. 2 more here. Stepping. To the right. Good, put down those weights. Nice little bounce. So you know you're doing a good job. Let's do some jacks. When you need to do jack arms to recover, get some blood flowing in those shoulders. Nice movement. Loosen up the arms, wrist. Ready, stance. Oops, right leg forward. And crosses. Heel kicks, opposite side. Line, bring that in. This side of the body staying rooted. This is coming in to deliver. Lining it, driving it. Pause at the end. Big toe, little toe is rooted in this back leg. It's 50-50. If you can't feel, your glute should be right now over your heel. You should feel the back of that leg working, quads are working. These glutes are working. If you don't feel your glutes, find your heels. This heel is lifted in the back. The point of contact, then return, align, drop, drive. To the right. Bring it down. All right. Whew. Here we go. Crosses. It's your power shot. You have the potential to bring all your body weight into it. So it's your power jab. This jab sets it up, feels the distance. It can be powerful too, but this is full body weight, full potential. Connecting the body. This elbow is being driven by the hip, rooted for your full potential of body weight to go into the strike. jack it out. We're gonna do over and center. Three more sets. Set. Good. And now let's clap behind this time. So we're gonna inhale, exhale. 3, 2, and 1. And bring that down, some heel kicks. You don't have a jump rope, you don't like to do the jump rope, just do jack intervals. It's awesome. I love jacks. I wish I could call them Judy's because they're my favorite. And they're like one of the best things that you can do for conditioning, full body training. If you could do one exercise and just change it up a little bit and do a series of jacks. Okay, so now we're gonna do from a standing boxing ready stance, some hooks. Feet just apart, step forward. We're gonna hook from our front leading leg. You can hook from either side, but we're gonna do it this way today. Align the elbow, like always, with your target. So if our target is here, I'm gonna line my elbow with the target. I'm gonna drop a line and drive with my hip and then bring it back. Align, drop, drive. This part of my body stays rooted, my head stays on my target. It really is seamless. I'm just dropping it down for alignment reasons, but you can make it as flow as you want. Good, opposite side. Bring that up, arms here. You can also do these with the weights. Time-wise right now, you could pause it, do it with the weights, and then come back to this. Time-wise, I'm shortening it a little. Good. Heel kicks. Let's take some around and just stretch out the hips a little. Root. So it's very kind of sumo-like. It's also the preparation for your chamber for your crescent kick. So you would chamber, crescent, chamber, 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 crescent, chamber, crescent. If you want to do some of those. Okay. Mirror here, right leg up for me. Uppercuts, we're going to deliver from our rear leg arm. So we're going to align. We're going to come up under, imagine the chin. So we're going to align, fist rides the elbow with the target. Fist comes straight up. Good. So we're going to do the same thing as our cross for right now, where we're going to align and bring the hip and the knee with it. We're going to drop down as we drive that up. So it goes in, straight up. For now, just slow it, show it first. The first part of the move, second part, go. Just bring it back to neutral. We're not gonna wind up here, bring it up and then bring it back. We're gonna just keep those elbows up. Slight hip forward, but root first. Root, hip. Opposite side. Keep checking in with that back foot. Make sure it doesn't get away from you too much. Get it under that back glute. Three more. Good. All four strikes. Jab, cross, hook, upper. It's already ready to move. Having fun. Miss my people. Miss the music. Just copy along. It's like following your opponent. And jack that up and back. Excellent. And kick that out. Nice. Okay. Our next video is going to include some different combinations, and it's also going to have some suggestions for final performance, a little bit more kicking, but for right now, let's bring it to the floor. All right, so just to be at an angle to show you, I'm gonna dig into those heels, move flesh, get into the sit bones, lengthen through the spine. Bring up the guard. So I wanna rainbow round my back. I'm gonna do this a little bit at an angle to just show you one time. Imagine this being a string and your core is going to press into that string and around. Then you're going to lift that string from the base, the occipital condyle here, the base of the skull, lift and lengthen, nice straight spine. You're going to know where your knees need to be according to the lengthening in your spine. So making sure this is neutral, push through the heels, arms are out. Half roll down. Beginning of your exhale stabilizes the hips. Two more. Hold that there. Any of the arms open. Exhale it in. Fist, exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Start the exhale with stability for this mobility, supporting the core so the rib cage can twist effortlessly. And bring that in and up, and exhale, reach, and exhale, forward, round. Hold onto the knees, bring it back up. Inhale, exhale, walk it in. And holding. Bring it in, push through the heels, inhale, exhale up. Inhaling that back, lengthen spine, and now we can do that same movement, adding some punching as we round back. And that twist. And work it out. Slow breathing. That up, exhale, purse. Reach through. Let that heart just melt into the thighs, let the head go. palms down, slowly bring it in, and tap those knees out, and bring that around, coming into all fours, and knees are going to be just beyond the hips, palms are under the shoulders, and we're going to cow cat. Towards each other, press the hips into the heels to your range of motion. I'm modifying, lengthen long through the shoulders. Soften the heart to the earth. Inhale back into table. Inhale, exhale, heels towards the earth, downward dog. Walk your feet to your hands to your feet, and stay in Uttanasana. This forward bend. Trying to get the hips more over the heel joint. Pick up the toes. Softening in the knees, slowly stacking the spine. One vertebrae at a time as you reverse swan. Two more. Nice. Nothing like it. Boxing is awesome. Thank you so much for boxing with me in this session, and stay strong, stay peaceful, and keep striving those practices to own your passion. And like this, if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to like it and share it with anyone that you feel would enjoy it, any pickleball people that you feel would enjoy this workout, and I look forward to sharing more with you. Namaste. Happy boxing.